Well, hello, hello. Welcome to Neptune Fish Tarot. My name is Alicia. Today we're going to be doing a reading for the collective for Saturday, March 6th, 2021. Well, we made it through our first week in March, and what an incredible first week it has been. Yeah, thanks for joining me today. And I pulled some Oracle from Wisdom of the Oracle, and 5 of them came out. So we're just going to go with that today. And for tarot, we're going to go ahead and use Chris-Anne's Muse Tarot. And we have a nice gentle message for tomorrow. I would say the overall theme seems to be healing in relationships is what it's looking like to me. So we'll just hop right in. We've got a lot of inspiration cards, and remember that inspiration in this deck equates to wands, so fire energy. The muse of inspiration is equivalent to the king. And then we've got the 5 of materials, which is a pentacles, came in the reverse, so I left it. And then we've got the 7 of inspiration, the knight of inspiration, into the world. Very nice. And then we've got the 8 of emotions, into the 6 of voices, the 4 of emotions, the page of emotions, the 9 of inspiration, and the ace. So yeah, we'll just get right into the message. I feel like, very simply, I feel like we are being really guided to start taking some concrete action to heal ourselves. This is really what all of this would allude to. Inspiration cards, wands cards, obviously denote action. And so a king of inspiration, kings, they are a divine masculine energy. So this is the type of energy where we know what it is that we want to go out and do, and we have all of the ability to just go ahead and move forward with our plans to make our world into that which we want to be in. And the 5 of materials in the reverse would seem to indicate that we're ready to kind of let go of this whole victim mentality thing, this whole sort of, being out in the cold and not really wanting to receive healing, or not, being sure of what direction we want to go, just uncertainty in general. I would say that with the king of inspiration into this energy, we've pretty much made up our minds at this point. The momentum's starting to build, and into the 7, this is really holding our center. She is holding the forces all around her and keeping herself very centered. She has a vision. She knows who she is, or he. It could be a he too. It's just a female on the card. But she knows where she stands, and she's really starting to gain some ground as she begins to heal from within, and then into the night, right? So we've got a king and a knight of inspiration. This is extremely fast moving energy. Wands is fire energy. So we're really, really heading with some fiery, forward, fast moving I mean, look at his mane is like practically on fire. There's fireworks in the background. I mean, it's fire, 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 right? So we're moving at a clip. Things are really kind of coming together rapidly, I would say, in our mental space. So far, we haven't gotten into the emotions of it, but the whole top row would seem to give us this really fast moving trajectory. We are not, there's no hesitation. So we really see like whatever we are thinking about doing and moving on, it's all going to start to unfold very, very rapidly, because the end of the row ends in the world. And we know that the world indicates this culmination of a cycle. We've kind of reached this end place where we're just completely ready to we're just completely ready to sort of get moving. I mean, it's really just very simple. We're just moving at a clip towards towards something new that we've set out to do. And so then when we get into the bottom row, here's where we get all this healing energy. All of this down here would seem to indicate like healing. So, Eight of Emotions. And again, I think that's super interesting. It comes right after the World because you do sort of see like something has come full circle, right? It's kind of like underneath this muse of inspiration. It's like we've just finally determined that whatever it is, yeah, it's sad, but we're leaving that space. Like it's just I feel like I don't know, it just feels like lifting off, um like a helium balloon that's rising into the sky. We're buoyant now, and I don't feel like these are heavy steps of moving away from something. I feel like they're lighter steps because of all the fire that's in the reading. Um, I don't feel like we're drowning in emotion. I feel like we are healing. This is a healing emotion. And especially next to the Six of Voices, because this is the Six of Swords. Voices are swords. And this is air, right? And air is very light and buoyant energy. And the Six is healing. It's just plain and simple. Six of Voices shows us moving into calmer spaces, into healing spaces, just a place where, like a respite for our minds. And underneath that reverse 5, we're correcting some of our mental patterns at this point. We're starting to gain a new perspective. We're starting to see a potential in future things. We're starting to make plans. We're starting to allow ourselves to go to new places and bigger horizons. In the Four of Emotions, this character, what we see her doing here is sitting and contemplating, and that's really what she's doing in this Four, because you see how she's sitting in this big ginormous cup, right? But it's an invisible cup, so like she doesn't quite see it yet. Okay, there's 3 cups in front of her. She's not paying any attention to those cups. Okay, but there's this big, huge, large cup that's still invisible to her. But I'm telling you what, the more that she sits and contemplates it, the clearer that cup is going to become apparent, because she is starting to heal her thought patterns, and she is starting to find her center and her place in things, right? And starting to like reframe the thoughts that she's having. And this is self-reflection, right? This is self-healing and self-reflection. Um, because we start to see a little bit of the page of emotions, which is, see that beautiful heart, and it's starting to really, the heart is starting to fill with light and with healing. um, you can see that there's been a transition from the 4 into the page, which comes directly after the 10. The page is like the beginning of like a new adventure, right? And so the heart is starting to become stirred. There's life that's starting to emanate from within, right? Like, we're starting to get the feels again, right under the night of inspiration. This is really gorgeous, because um, it ends with the ace. I'm sorry, I forgot the 9 was there, but we're gonna end with the ace, and so what we're doing is, as part of this healing process, sort of like all, mixed in with this sort of renewal energy, like we're starting to really get into the swing of things, like the energy starting to pick up. Um, we're starting to find some healing in our like mental faculties and in our emotional space. And with the 9, it just shows us, look at how far we've come, right? um yeah, we're a little bit beat up, and we're a little bit tired from the journey, but we've really gained a lot of experience, and and we know where we've been, right? And we know where we want to go. And all of this hardship and all of this stuff that's come before, we can put that to use now, right? So now we can really take all of this stuff, um, and we can kind of like take this, I don't know, it's like, I always see the ace of inspiration as like a divine spark. It's like all of a sudden, it's like zoop, like this bolt of lightning that comes down, and sort of it just sort of hits us like right in the third eye. Um and we're enlivened, right? Um we are in that place of stepping out into a new world that we're creating. That's how I would sort of read those two cards together. Um, just creating like a new space for ourselves, a new vision, something to aspire to, something something that sort of gives us that like spark of like, oh yes, that's it, um we're excited about something again. We're moving out of the we're moving out of the like old stuck patterns and this old like ugly stuff that has come before. um and while we're doing some of the healing work, I think it's interesting because we did get 5 wisdom of the oracles today, and I think that each of these sort of speak to um where we're heading at this moment on the journey. And I love that the first one here is between worlds, because we are kind of like in the in between right now. Like, we're just starting to like, and I've been saying this, I guess, for days and days, but it's just a theme that just keeps coming, right? It just keeps presenting itself as such. I mean, we're just right in that, right in that middle space of coming out of that, darkness and walking into that light. Um, it's a 3. Um, so it's a positive, like it's a positive thing. Threes are the triad. It's a triad. It's pleasant energy. Um, So it's a beginning. It's a beginning. We're starting to see the light. We're starting to see the colors, right? Look at the colors. Our world is starting to get brighter. Um, it's starting to look like brand new possibilities. And we're going to have to be flexible during this transition, right? It's not all going to be like, you know, fairies and unicorns and like roses and whatever, um but card 19 just reminds us, we're going to have to kind of be mutable, like go with the flow. Um they're not all going to be bright and cheerful days, but you know, a lot of them are. And so yeah, just be flexible with it. And soulmates, I love this. I feel like, soulmates can be they can, I was thinking this the other day, I feel like my cat my cat is my soulmate. um I think we can look around us and realize, there are people who enter into our lives for very specific reasons. We have people who we incarnated with into this lifetime. Um, First and foremost, our family members. I feel like that was all by design, because these people are here walking with us through life to help us learn, to teach us. And vice versa. Like we're here to teach them. Um, but these people who are with us, throughout our lives, whether they're friends or their family, or, I mean, they could be long term romantic partners, but they could also just be short term people who kind of come in and out for seasons, right? Um, these are all, but they're all relationships. That's what this card is telling us is, um, just recognize the relationships in your life and who those people are to you, and um what you're learning, right, from having these relationships, even if they're not always easy. um and the yin card is a feminine receptivity card. So, the yin and the yang. And the yin is the feminine receptive card. And what this card is trying to convey to us today is we're in a place right now where we really can just like hold back and allow what's going to come to us. Um, we don't have to force anything, you know, we don't have to manipulate, we don't have to, try and, um, I mean, force is really the best word. We don't have to force anybody else's hand to respond to us or to react to us in any kind of certain way. Um, when we allow what is for us to just naturally unfold into our lives, um, it's just a nice energy. Um, it's a pleasant energy. It's a creative, relaxed energy. Um, and it's magical in some kind of ways too, because um, then things are unfolding in their own perfect timing, and we're not stressing about that stuff. We're not, trying to worry about, well, what if this or what if that. No, there's no what ifs. Everything is right on time, exactly when it should be. And I love that. I love this card. And I think that it's just a beautiful thing for us to sort of meditate on. So, and then the last card, 52. Again, a relationship card. Mending. Where can we mend relationships in our lives, right? Um, we all have somebody in our life that we need to reach out to, and be the one to build the bridge to mend that relationship. Forgiveness, it always starts with ourselves. We have to be forgiving and compassionate towards ourselves. But that also extends to the relationships of those around us. So, yeah, a lot of relationship messages today. It's going to be a Saturday. It's a wonderful day to get in touch with some family and friends, maybe that you haven't for a while. Um, Reach out, you know, enjoy your life, enjoy your leisure time if you have it. Um, and I guess overall, just know that we're really coming into some powerful, um, inspired um, places for ourselves. Um, Focus on that love, focus on that life, and that rejuvenation um, of your internal space. And then go share it with somebody. You know, this is what life's all about right here. So I'm going to leave it right there, you guys. That was a nice reading. And I will see you tomorrow. Bye.